Hey, how are you all? Hope you're feeling good. I've got some really good news for you today, and I've had a little dig on the government website, and we've known for quite a while, I've shared this many times, that the status of COVID-19, if you go to www.gov.uk and type in HCID, it stands for High Consequence Infectious Disease or Diseases. And if you type that in, it will come up with COVID-19 and it will say status of COVID-19. If you click on the status, COVID-19, then what it will do, sorry, just one sec, what it will do is it will tell you that as of the 19th of March, the UK government downgraded COVID-19 to a non-high consequence infectious disease. So basically, what was it, 2-3 days later, they locked down the United Kingdom and enforced all sorts of restrictions upon people who live there. So today I shared a status which is about HCIDs, high consequence infectious diseases in all of the world, and it's country specific. Again, it's on www.gov.uk. So each country in the whole world is listed, and if there is a high consequence infectious disease, it is listed and named specifically for each country. If there's 1, 2 or none, or more than 2 or whatever, it's all listed there. So I will put those links under in the description so you can look them up yourself. Also, if you go to www.nhs.uk/conditions/common-cold/ this is COVID-19 coronavirus, and it is listed underneath as a common cold. Okay, so just to let you know that this is exactly what's going on, is absolute proof via the UK government's own website. So not a conspiracy theory website, not an alternative media website. This is the UK government's official website, where it tells you that it's not a high consequence infectious disease, and this was declared for the United Kingdom on the 19th of March 2020, and it was declared for the whole world, updated on the 21st of March 2020. I'm just reading, just to make sure I've got you the exact date. Yeah, that was the 21st of March 2020. So the mask operation, as you well know, when you breathe, your respiratory system is about bringing you in oxygen, and it's also about it's used as one of the elimination channels where you get rid of waste from your cells, metabolic waste and toxins, etc. Comes out via breath and comes out your body. Hold on, just 1 second, people. There you go, Leo. Up you go.
No, I said 3.
All right, well, you've got 4.
No, I don't like 4.
Sorry about that. So basically, it's a hoax. It's just a complete hoax, and there you have it. It's a hoax. And what else? Yes, I was going to tell you about the masks. So, and your respiratory system. So your respiratory system is about breathing in new, fresh oxygen to oxygenate your tissues, to make sure that there is enough oxygen in your blood and your tissues for your survival, and your ultimately for your health and basically you being alive. If you reduce oxygen levels, which wearing a mask will do, because you're wearing it very closely across your nose and mouth, and then what you're doing is you're breathing out. When you breathe in, you're taking in your oxygen and nitrogen and what you need to breathe in to keep you alive, and then you breathe out, your out breath, all your waste and toxins. So basically, when you do that and you have this tight fitting mask across your face, when you take a new breath back in, you're also going to be breathing back in some of your waste products, and they are not supposed to be breathed back in. They are not very good at all. They do include carbon dioxide, amongst other bacteria, mould, and whatever else it is that you're breathing out, cell fragments, etc. That all comes out, and you're just going to breathe that straight back in. And very soon, if you keep a mask on your face at work for an 8 or 10 or 12 hour shift, or you go to school and you keep a mask on between 9 and 3:30, you know, that's nearly 7 hours a day, apart from taking it off when you eat at lunchtime. You are going to be breathing in some very dangerous toxins, really, because I mean, at the end of the day, if you was in a room where you was breathing carbon dioxide, so very soon you're not going to feel very well. But if you do this specifically at this time, and you do this for a long period of time, so you're wearing a mask for, you know, 8, 9, 10 and maybe more hours a day, then very soon you're going to get some sort of respiratory illness or other conditions, because your organs are not going to be flooded with oxygen, which is normal. They're going to be flooded with your waste products, and that is not what you want to do. I mean, it's like if you keep persistently not drinking enough water, or you keep holding a wee in, you know, you're going to get a urinary tract infection. It's not rocket science. You are going to get, if you're holding a number 2 in, you're going to get bowel problems at some point, and you're going to get constipation, and you're going to be in a lot of pain, you know. And if you keep breathing in your waste products and carbon dioxide, you have to understand that this is not very good for you. Now, in the age of information, ignorance is a choice. You have the internet now, and you can tap in 2 seconds. You can literally find out the information that you need to know. There will be, if you go to pubmed.gov, there will be numerous studies about breathing in carbon dioxide, I expect. I haven't actually looked, but as I just said, you can tap on your keyboard, and you can find that information in about 2 seconds flat. So, you know, please do that. I invite you to do that, because we don't have to be ignorant. You know, when I was a teenager 25 years ago, 30 years ago, when I had to go and do projects for school, I had to physically go to the library, the local library, and find books and go all through them. Look, I might have had to look through 10 books for the information that I needed. It might not have even been in there. If it wasn't there, I had to go to the central library in the biggest town nearest to me. It was a long way. It was a lot of effort. Today, we have smartphones, we have tablets, we have PCs, we have internet, 3G, 4G, 5G, which some people think is dangerous as well these days, with the radiation, etc. But nevertheless, communications are very good now, and you have all of the tools that you need to find all of the information that you need in exponentially fast times. So you don't need to be ignorant anymore. So I just want you to know this information. COVID-19 is a hoax, 100%. It is not a high consequence infectious disease. The NHS lists it as a common cold. Obviously, if you have very, very bad degenerative health issues, or you are very old and your health is not very good and your immune system is very low, there are the chances that you actually could die from a common cold or a flu. And as we've heard, a lot of people have. There were, up to June 2020, there was around about 25,000 over 80s in the United Kingdom that died of, said to be of coronavirus. However, I would guess that as the children are no longer available because of POTUS's actions. And that's President Donald Trump. For anyone who doesn't know who POTUS is by now, you should do. And his actions and executive orders to stop human trafficking, which he started the minute he came into the White House 4 years ago. Basically, these over 80s that died, you can bet your bottom dollar that they had no relatives or that they had no will, and therefore the state was entitled to their estate, because if there was nobody to come and claim, it wasn't left to anybody, and there was and no relatives, and there's nobody to come and claim an estate, your estate, if you die, automatically goes to the state. So if you ask me, my opinion is it was asset stripping to enrich the state, a very desperate deep state that are running out of money because they don't know how to abracadabra, and the only way they can survive is with money. So this is what one of the things that they've done. It's also a psyop. If you wear a mask across your face, you are identified as a complier. You are identified as somebody who will not rise up, who will not go against the grain, who will not speak up for your freedom, your liberties, your rights. You are basically asserting that you are fast asleep and that you are ignorant, because all the, as I said 5 minutes ago, all the information is there. So if you do not, you take the mask off and you say, no thank you, not under any circumstances, you are identified in terms of cabal or Democrats or whatever you want to call it, the deep state, you are identified as somebody who is for the rights and the freedom and the liberty of humanity. And you are also identified. So just to those folks who think that Joe Biden might be elected on November the 3rd, 2020, I can tell you that he's never ever going to be elected. President Trump is coming in for a second term. He's coming in to finish what he started 4 years ago. He is a bridge. The real POTUS is you, okay? It's you. You are the one with the power. You are source. You are creator. If you don't know that yet, which there are a lot of people on this planet who don't know that yet, then President Trump has kindly volunteered 4 years ago to step in and act as a bridging tool, as POTUS, for all those in the transition of the waking up. So that's what he really did. And he's still doing, and he is freeing you, he is freeing your children, he is giving humanity their freedom to live freely forevermore. And this was started way back before President Trump came in, and but Donald Trump has really done the most amazing job so far. So I keep hearing some people making comments that Donald Trump is one of the cabal. Well, I can tell you there is absolutely no way on this earth that if Donald Trump was part of cabal, he would be writing executive orders to end the child protection services in America, to stop human trafficking, to stop child trafficking, to block the property of people who are human and child trafficking. He would not be implementing parts of Nasara, Jasara slowly. He would not be doing any of that. So, and he is. So if you think that's a psyop, well, that's up to you. Personally, I don't think it's a psyop, but I do think that wearing masks and not wearing masks is a way of identifying which camp you stand for. It's a way of identifying which choice you have made. So it's you choose freedom for humanity or you choose slavery for humanity. You can't be a bit in one, a bit in the other. It's one or the other. Freedom is an absolute. The concept of freedom is an absolute. A bit like, you know, you can't be moderately free it's one or the other. You're either free or you're not free, as was the quote in the film The Duchess. You can look that up on YouTube. I'll try and leave a link for that in the description too. It's very well said, and it's a bit like you can't be moderately dead or half dead. You're either dead or you're alive, one of the two. And all the while you're alive, then you have the will to survive. It's human nature. So don't get killed off by a false respiratory disease through wearing a mask. Take your mask off, stand up. The governments were foreclosed 8 years ago, and this was done by OPPT, the One People's Public Trust, which was led by Heather Antucci-Giraffe. There were various UCC filings that she did between, along with the other two trustees, between 2012 and 2013. The Pope endorsed it straight after in July 2013, and President Trump came along and he endorsed it as soon as he became president, and he wrote various executive orders which also support the OPPT UCC filings. So it's a case of everyone that you see that you think is in authority is not in authority. They are just an individual. They are the same as you. They're not higher, they're not lower, they're equal. Everyone is equal. Everyone has equal value. Everyone has something to bring to the table. Nobody has power over you, and you don't have power over anyone. You're equal. And that's all there is to it, really. And so with that, you should check out the OPPT filings. I did do another video on that, which you can search on my channel. But in short, you're looking for the Paradigm Report. You're looking for UCC 2012-127914, which is otherwise known as the Declaration of Facts, and various other, the Sole Contract Satisfied filing, which is 2012132883, and that was the 10th of December 2012. And you're looking for the Eternal Essence filing. Can't remember the number of that one offhand, but that one is listed on the 18th of March 2012. There you go, darling. That one is listed for the 18th of March 2012, and then you have I and the UV exchange, which is where you manifest everything you want that you desire through your heart. And that was done on the 24th of March 2013. So here you go, sweetheart. So there you go. So that's all you need to know, really. There cannot be any act or statute or so-called law enforced upon you. So do not be frightened of fines. Do not be frightened of people in uniforms. They're just fancy dress costumes, and most of these people are not aware. And basically you have the power, so step into your power now. It's now. Please do that, and know that, with your will and your heart and your thoughts, bring it to heart, and you manifest what you want in front of you. There's been many channels, individuals that have given information about that, including even the CIA have released documents about the holographic universe, and telling you that it is a holographic universe where your thoughts make things come into reality. So, there's no more hiding. Everything's in plain sight. About coronavirus, everything's in plain sight. It's on the UK government website. I expect it's on the US government's website. I expect it's on every other country in the world's website. I can't speak every language of the world, so I can't translate that. But you can go on to your own country's website for health, or for just the government website, and you can probably find that information. I would say it's almost 100% that it will be there, but it's definitely 100% on the UK government's website. So this is really good news for everybody, because you can go and look the links up yourself. It isn't a conspiracy theory website. So I hope that has lifted the vibe high. Don't listen to anyone who's telling you it's going on for another 2 years. You know, this is a time where we are expanding, we're lifting up our frequency, our vibration is getting higher, and our frequency is getting higher, and we're all moving into wholeness and one and source energy of original, because that's what you are. You are original source. So I just want everybody to know that, and please do go and check out the links yourself and see it with your own eyes. And yep, have a wonderful Sunday, and I shall see you all soon. Take care. Bye.